So, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. This morning we're back out at the McLeod Nature Park out here in western Indiana near North Salem. It's a cloudy, morning here in February. Nothing on the trees, normal stuff. This morning we're out here to hike around and see if we can find an image so we can test out the Ulanzi travel tripod, this time with a different center column and a different ball head. All right, if you remember my last video, I said I was going to do that. I purchased off Amazon a cheap ball head. I said I was going to use an extra center column they give you so you can use your own ball head, and going to go out and test it. Well, that's what we're going to do this morning. So stay tuned, find a place to set up and take a couple images, then we'll talk about it. Thanks for coming along. All right, so we've been hiking around here in different areas of the nature park that I've not been to, a couple different trails. Found a couple different creeks, along with, this one here. You can see it here. All right, I think I'm gonna set up and try to take an image here. Now it's incredibly muddy and very slippery, so hopefully we won't fall. All right, we'll give that a shot. Of course, we'll give it a try here to the Ulanzi tripod. So we're gonna set up, take a couple images, and as I get set up and get ready for this image, I'll get you back on here and we'll talk about it. All right, so we're set up, and God has blessed us with a little bit of broken clouds and a little bit of color here as the sun's coming up. We're right about sunrise time right now. All right, kind of hard to see here on the back of my camera. All right, although I'll show it to you so you can see. All right, and we're shooting at about a 1 second shutter speed. And it's kind of hard to see the color in the image there. Once we post process it, hopefully you can pick it up. I'll turn around here so you can kind of see. Maybe you're seeing it. You can see a little bit of reflection, here in the creek, the clouds and things up above, and a little bit of the color. Hopefully we can pick that up. Now I am using the 24 to 105, and I am using my circular polarizer to try to help. All right, some of the glare and things off the water. Not sure how well we'll do with that, but we're giving it a shot. All right, shooting at f11 in this shot. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take us up to, let's try f16, and we're going to underexpose about half a stop or a third of a stop. Let's see what we get there at 1 second. ISO 100 again. See if it changes it much. It really doesn't look like it changes it very much. All right, but that's what you do. You kind of come out and play around with these things, see how they turn out. You never know. So I'm going to take a couple more images here, and then once we get done with that, we'll talk a little bit about what we're using here, which you can see hopefully from this setup. All right, talk a little bit about my Ulanzi tripod here, and kind of give you some views a little different than the last video we shot. So let me finish up, and I'll get back to you here in a minute. All right, so let's talk about the Ulanzi travel tripod using the extra center column and your own ball head, versus the F38 quick release head. Now again, the quick release head and everything, nothing wrong with it. It's fantastic, no issue. But if you find yourself in a situation like me, where you use the Arca Swiss system and everything's built around that, that the quick release system, for Ulanzi they're not compatible. So you got to do something a little different. So I picked this head up off of Amazon for $32. It's art size. It was nothing fancy. It weighed about a half a pound, I think 0.64 pounds. All right, so it adds a little bit of weight to this, but still you're under 3 pounds combined for all of this. All right, so it's incredibly light. This particular head, has 33 pounds worth of weight capacity. So I don't own anything in combination that would ever exceed it. So it, for what it is, how cheap it was. And again, it matches, or it works with the Arca Swiss system. It's perfect. All right, so you put that on here along with this different center column, and everything basically functions the same. All right, still lift this, everything comes up. All right, you can adjust your center height, and then the ball head's normal as any other ball head would be. Make your adjustments. All right, it gives you the ability to turn left and right. Whoops, didn't loosen it enough, but still, it gives you the ability to do that. All right, even though I may not be really good at trying to demonstrate it here on a video. All right, so all in all, it works pretty good. Actually, a nice option. Here's the other thing. With this particular head and this little case that they supply, if you fold this over, all right, like that, this actually fits when it's collapsed still in this case, just as if it had the F38 head on it, which works really good, really nice. I mean, because again, this is easy to stow, pack, whatever, put in your backpack and bring along. I mean, it makes it really, when it's all collapsed, super simple. And being able to use your own ball head with all your own plates, if you already got it, works great. All positives. And again, this tripod, for what it is, it is really sturdy and it works really well. I mean, this morning I'm down here, next to this creek in the mud and trying to, take images with it. It just seemed to work pretty well. So now, all positives. What's the negative? Because there's always a negative, right, or some sort of trade-off. So here it is. All right, if you remember correctly from my last video, you've got, all right, the tool that's here in the bottom, all right, which, well, it doesn't matter whether you're using the extra center column or the original center column, it fits in it. But here's the thing. All right, so this is how you take it out. Or release that and just pull it out. So there it is. All right, and then you put your ball head here on top. Now, so what's the negative to it is, in the original supply with the F38 head, with this particular little utensil here, you could go into the F38 head, loosen it, and this would come apart about right here. Okay, about right there, making that short, so that way you could get really low to the ground without having to flip over. You lose that functionality with this particular extra, all right, center column. All right, so you don't have that ability. The only way to get real low to the, super low to the ground is going to be to go in through the bottom. All right, that's the negative. All right, beyond that, I haven't found one. I'm not going to kid you. I'm still looking, have not found one yet. All right, it seems to work pretty darn well. All right, as you can see, and as I told you earlier, it collapses really well. All right, which makes it, really pretty simple to use. Especially when it fits in this box, or in this bag, I'm sorry. So, all in all, I say this is a win-win. This is a keeper. This is something I'm going to keep for a while, and continue to play around with and use. But I haven't found anything here that I don't like, or can't work around, or, absolutely have to have. It's missing something or like that, because again, with this capability, I'm pretty good. And I don't shoot super low to the ground normally, so I don't see that as a big issue for me. But even if I had to, I'd just flip it over. It's not that big a deal. Or I could use the tripod that I'm using right now to film the video, which, what are we doing today? I've got this lovely little, I don't know, I bought it again. I don't even know what it is. I didn't buy the brand. I bought it, several months ago off of Amazon for about $14. It just, little, for lack of a better term, it's a selfie stick. I've got my GoPro sitting on top of it this morning. I'm using the GoPro again. Hopefully, we didn't zoom in so much on my face to where it's hideous to watch. So hopefully, I didn't mess that up today. But I wanted to try the GoPro again, so I came out with it this morning. But this thing extends, about 4 feet tall, and I can, set it up. I put a Joby Gorilla Pod head, ball head on top of it, so I can, basically do what I'm doing here. I can sit up kind of like a tripod, and I can stand away from it, and I can, video and not have to carry a big tripod with me, or even this, because that tripod is considerably lighter than even what this is, and easier to pack away than even this is, and this is really good. So, just something I use. Hopefully the video here using the, the GoPro today turns out. All right, so what we're going to do here, we're going to end the video. All right, going to remind everybody, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps grow the channel. Get the word out. Hopefully everybody likes the content that I'm trying to put out there, again, from the perspective of the amateur photographer just getting out early in the morning. I can see here from looking out in front of me, the sun must be coming up a little bit higher in the sky, because I'm seeing it start to light up some of the trees down here. I may take a couple images of that before I leave. Any images I've taken this morning that turn out, I'll put in here at the end. All right, don't forget to go check out my website, www.deweybephotography.com. Geez, can't even speak my own website this morning. That's terrible. All right, don't forget to check that out, you know, and just, you know, thanks for coming along, you know, and, you know, until we see you again, stay safe.